Yes, there are fake profiles about like of me online and I can't really do anything about it. Yes, I have a stalker. Yes, there are people that are on Facebook groups who are spreading false information about me and trying to defame my character for whatever fucking reason. Like, I don't know. People need to get lives, okay? I know who I am. I have my real socials, I have my real profiles. It bothered me in the past, but I understand it's coming from one particular source, one person who, like most narcissists, is a total fucking loser. Eventually, narcissists they crash and burn, and they end up being the loneliest people on the planet. So I'm not going to give this particular energy any more of my time. My name is Rodia, and if you don't know me, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of other people out there, women of color out there, who are intellectuals, who are artists, who you can probably learn from and get more information. This is a smaller channel, and I vlog and I share my little aspects of my life because I am a very unique person. I have a very unique personality type, and so it's important to have that energy put out into the world, especially if you're into metaphysics. If you have a very unique astrology chart or personality type or what do we call it, um, human design, okay, then you definitely should have some type of platform because that energy will collect and more people like you will manifest. So that's the reason why I'm here, guys. Okay. Anyway, um, yeah. So I've been enjoying my life. Okay, I painted some pictures. Me and my hubby, we like to get a bottle of wine and paint. So I'm gonna share some of my artwork. Um, and I don't know what else to say. Like I I've been kind of on a spiritual journey, so like I haven't really had much to say because I'm trying to figure out the next 20 years of my life. So like I'm kind of molding myself to be and going through some things that's going to mold me into who I'm going to be in the next 20 years, okay? So there's not much to say on here, but other than if you've been feeling worthless, you're not. You know, it's very difficult time to be a 20-year-old. I feel like if you were in your 20s in the early 90s or maybe even the early 2000s, you would have probably enjoyed life very, very great. Like, you know, but for Gen Z, um, being young, trying, thinking about having a family and all these things is very hard. Like right now, you know, I'm in my 30s. I can't imagine being 20 today. So many people are depressed. So many people are not feeling worthy. So many people are feeling lost. I felt very self assured and very on top of my game. I felt empowered in my 20s. I had amazing um, young adult life. When my mom owned a clothing store um, in a small town in Dover, Delaware. I lived in an attic apartment. I had friends who were pagans and Wiccans and stuff, and we would paint all the time and sit in like ritualistic circles and um, have a joint and just like talk about astrology and stuff, you know. And I used to go to pagan pride festivals. We also went to multicultural festivals, Japanese cherry blossom festivals. I went natural in the mid 2000s, in the 2010s, when I was 19, 20. Um, when I was 21, 22, 23, you know, I had just like big, beautiful, long, curly hair. I grew my hair out. And I also would wear like hair extensions or whatever and blend my hair with it. It just looked so fucking cool. And I was like in the best shape. So, like, my 20s were awesome. So, I don't know, like people who are, and then with like Childish Gambino was like, you know, like just breaking in. Like, everyone was, I don't know, like I just had a fucking amazing time in my 20s. I wouldn't take back anything. There's nothing I regret from that time, you know. And when I think about young people today, and I'm like, man, like not only did we have this whole pandemic thing where people were just so isolated and so confined to the virtual world, but people are not really knowing who they are. and they're really uncomfortable with that because I was really self-assured. Like I'm in my 30s and I'm like, who am I now? But when I was in my 20s, I was like, I knew who I was. So I don't know. My advice to young people today is to like travel because wherever's happening in the Western world is very fucking depressing. I would advise you to travel. Get your passport, go out, meet different people, go travel different countries. Um, go to Canada, go to St. Petersburg, go to Japan, like travel because you'll more than likely find yourself in your tribe outside of America, outside of the United States, and outside of the UK. Like I don't know what's happening here. There's just I just see like lots of depression going on, and I don't know. Um, for younger people, not so much. So like, with Gen Z, you do still have people that are like in their early teens. For them, they're not really in that depressive phase, but just for like people that's in their 20s, in their mid 20s, that's Gen Z. Um, I see a lot of depression. I think that it has to do with the pandemic, but there's other stuff going on. And I feel like now it's easier to travel because obviously we're not under those certain restrictions. But also, I mean, I got a passport. I don't make that much money, guys. I work as a telecommunication agent. So I mean, just get out and travel. That's my best, the only advice I can give you because there's something going on here that's really making people depressed. And if you don't know who you are, if you never had that like real solid awakening, where something came full circle for you, you will be in a state of depression and it can take you to dark places. Don't let it. But just know that you're not alone. Something odd is happening. Something really, really weird is happening. So it's not that there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with this place, and just get out. That's my advice. Now, I'm in my 30s, so I've already experienced like everything that I needed to experience to like sit back and be like, hey, yeah, that was great. I had a good life there and stuff. But I have children to raise, so I got to think back on my past mistakes and deal with all the chaos that comes with it, find my peace in that, and raise my kids properly. The way that I'm doing it is with spirit. There's no other way. Um, yeah. Well, I did say I would share some pictures with you guys, so I'll share some right now. Okay. I spend a lot of my time indoors. So when my hubby comes around, we crack open some wine and we paint. I painted this picture of him. I was like, in the past, you were an Anunnaki king. It's a little abstract, okay, but it's my thing. And then we painted this picture together. Don't ask me how it happened, but it happened, and we signed it. And that's literally all I've been doing. I got some bigger paintings, so just bear with me. So I painted this picture of like a girl crying with like wearing a fake smile, and then I painted a picture of like flowers shining out of the darkness. And that's all I have for now. All right, ta ta.